So as we make our way down onto our backs, again, getting that heart lift, that chest lift. This is a spine and side body focus class. So even though the heart is lifted, it's also a little bit of a back bend, a passive back bend, lifting the thoracic spine and just getting a little bit of room opening up through the chest and the collarbone area. Take the arms out wide, palms up or down, whatever you'd like there. Reach through those fingers. And then kind of squeeze those shoulder blades underneath your chest so that you feel the shoulder tips begin to fall away from the ears. Constructive rest, feet wide, knees together. Or opening up the hips, maybe taking cobra pose, or if you're near a coffee table, propping up the calves on a coffee table like legs up the wall. So we'll just take a couple opening breaths here, closing down the eyes. Arms are out wide so you don't feel the body rise and fall, but what I'd like you to do is feel the spaciousness you're creating in the upper shoulders, upper back. Taking in a full breath here. Take a pause of that breath at the top. You're so full, maybe one little more sip. And then let it go. And as you let the breath go, let the body go. Let it sink down to the mat. Let it feel all the support. So maybe if this is the only time of the day you get to have somebody hold you up, enjoy 3 full rounds of breath, knowing that Mother Earth has your back. Big breath in. And out. And if I go silent, it's just because my eyes are closed and I'm breathing. You do the same. Again, on your last round of breath, when you're ready for that big inhale, draw as much breath into the body as you can. And as you pause it at the top, take one more sip, one more, let a little more air in, and then release. And as you release the breath, if you're in cobra pose, draw the knees together. If you're in constructive rest, just heel toe them to the center. Let's all gently roll off to the side and come back down onto your back body. And as you come onto the back, no props now. Stretch long, fingers away from toes. And as you stretch, the fingers high, back of the hands resting on the floor, slide them a couple inches right and left. So that from the belly button down, you're like one leg, but just from the top, feel into small movement here, but the side ribs, the soft tissue under the arms, the stretch through the wrist. If you interlace, maybe press the palms away from you. So you're stretching into the wrist. Again, pulling the fingers apart in that interlace. And then relax all of that and just bring your arms to cactus. So if cactus, meaning your forearms are resting on your mat and that's just too much into the shoulders, find that wide V with the arms. So you're making that Y shape with the whole body. And then keeping, again, upper body nice and still, just slide the heels over to the right. So just again, hips down the legs. Similar to a half banana pose. Take a full breath into the upper body. Release the breath. Release the body. If you want to go a little bit deeper, just pick up that left ankle, prop it right over the right, Again, square off those hips so you're not rolling off to one side. And enjoy 3 breaths right into the left rib cage. Big breath in. Pause it again at the top. Another sip and let it go. Twice more on your own. Big breath in. If the ankles are crossed as you release the breath, little inhale, nice, gentle, your own natural inhale. Bring the heels back to center. Take a moment, maybe shimmy the legs a little bit. And then slide the left heel off to the left. Right heel is going to go over there and join it. And if it can't, bring it in just a little bit, because I'd like your hip points to be nice and even. And again, the lower pelvis belly straight up to the ceiling. As you arrive here, again, just check out this side if it feels right for you. Maybe the right ankle crosses. Take the breaths now right into the right side of the body. Big breath in, ribs expand. Pause it at the top. As you let the breath go, unclench the glutes, soften the shoulders, notice the jaw. 2 more big breaths just like that. And then releasing any control of the breath, come back to your own natural rhythm. Unravel the ankles, draw the heels back to center, maybe a little shimmy, maybe one more full body stretch. And then draw the knees into the chest, maybe wrap the hands around the shins or maybe the forearms, draw it in a little bit further. Draw the belly in, like you could tuck the whole belly underneath those floating ribs. Big breath in. And on your exhale, pick up those shoulder blades. See if you can draw the nose towards the knees or the forehead towards the knees. Again, not really forcing this, just beginning to open up the whole back spine, tailbone all the way through C1, the top of the neck. Take a breath in here. Pause it at the top. This time, hold the breath. Hold the breath, squeeze everything in, lift that tailbone up. And then relax. Shoulder blades, back of the head, come down to the mat. Release the legs, let the feet come down to the mat. Coming into a bridge position here. Arms beside the body, palms down. If you'd like a little bit more leverage, you can bend those elbows so that the back of the arms press down firmly beside your body. Take the breath in, draw the belly in, kind of take a tuck into that tailbone, just a little, so you can feel the low back fully supported on the mat. And then as you're ready, we're going to press into the feet. We're going to come up to a bridge. So big breath in, press the feet, lift the hips. Let the weight to let the body flow to the space between the shoulders. Pause there. Notice your breath. No constriction in the throat. No heaviness in the back of the neck. You're fully supported, shoulder tip to shoulder tip. Big breath in. See if you can lift the hips a little bit higher. Maybe beginning to notice some length from the knees to the hip points to the shoulders. Draw one more big breath in. And then on your exhale, your choice, you can come down nice and slow, curved, or everything arriving at one time. And that, my friends, is a personal preference, just depending on any spinal injuries you might have had. Once you arrive, let the spine settle on the mat. Release the arms back to a T, walk the feet wide, and just slow, nice windshield back and forth. Let's release the hips, release the spine. And then once you're over to one side, we're just going to go all the way over to all fours. We'll counter that bridge with a couple cat and cows. So set yourself up here, stacking through your joints. Fingers are spread wide, toes right behind the knees, belly, pelvis again, mula bandha. Pull it in. Notice your breath, and as you're ready for an inhale, let that belly fall, let the heart shine forward, tailbone rises. Releasing the breath slow, draw it all in, tailbone in, round through the spine, press through the palms so you upper back rounds in as the chin tucks in. And from here, let's just take 3 or 4 more. Good. Coming back nice and easy to that table, neutral table, spine like a bench here. So we're not sagging down, it's nice and straight. Keep the hips where they are, walk the hands forward, one at a time or both. Coming into that heart melting pose, chest comes down towards the mat, forehead comes towards the mat as those fingers crawl forward. Big stretch through the spine. Take the breath in. One more breath here. And then we're going to drop down to the forearms, send the knees back so you can sink the hips back, coming into that Sphinx pose. Sphinx pose now. Fingers drag those elbows towards your ribs, hands towards your body. Let that lift from the belly button up to the sternum. Go long, not high. Find that space again between each of the vertebrae. Big breath. And maybe as you breathe here, you just take a moment, gaze over your left shoulder, see how far back you can get to see maybe that left foot. A little bit of stretching through the side body. Bring it back, slow, slow, slow. Deep breath, back to center. Exhale the breath as you maybe gaze over the right shoulder, over towards that right foot. Inhale, back to center. Place the hands right underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes in. Press your way back to your table. Send it all the way back to your child's pose. We're going to do that modified vinyasa, so you can take any or all of it. So first find the stretch, tailbone all the way to the crown of the head. And then as you're ready, let's begin. Inhale, we'll come to table. Exhale, we're going to slide it right back forward like we were, but finding a modified up dog. Inhale, back to table. Exhale, return, extended child's pose. Twice more with your breath. Inhaling up to that table. Exhaling, hips lower, heart rises. Send it back with breath. Last one, like this. Smooth it out now. No need to pause and table. Smooth the breath out, smooth the body out. Stay in your extended child's pose. We're going to add on down dog and plank. You take what your body needs this morning. Big inhale, let's bring it up. Exhale, brings it forward. Tuck those toes under, lift the hips up and back for your down dog. Wave the spine forward, shoulders over wrist now, finding that plank, strong plank. Press back to your dog. Send those hips back. Lower the knees gently on the inhale. Relax the breath and the body, child's pose on the exhale. Inhale flows up. Exhale flows forward. Inhale flows to downward dog. Wave the spine forward. Plank pose. Send the hips high. Dog pose. And drop the knees. Child's pose. 2 more like that. Use your breath with each movement. Last one. Inhale up, send it forward. Use your breath. Child's pose at the end, so take your time to get there. Extend those arms forward one more time. See if you could sink the chest and the head down just a bit. Flip the palms so that you're on the back of the hand. Let's release some of that tension in the wrist. Make a fist. Draw the knuckles in towards you. Send the thumbs right and left like you're going to hitchhike. Send it out. Drop it down. So just make some rotations here. Maybe fist bump the knuckles together to get a nice stretch on the outside. Maybe send the knuckles away from each other to get a stretch on the inside of the wrist. Maybe circle. Slide the arms now as you flip the palms over, out to the side, right and left. Stretch long again. Then bring the arms beside the body, maybe reaching for the heels. Let the elbows fall. Let the shoulders round. Let the forehead, the third eye, center and be supported by the earth. With your knees together, breathe into the back of the lungs. Breathe into the back of the ribs. Exhale, everything melts to the earth, Mother Earth. This is where I'll leave you this morning. Pause your device. Take a couple minutes. Your own natural breath before you start your day. Namaste.